Hello, this series of videos is about jurisdiction online. As we all know, internet is borderless. It means that when we upload one file from one country, this file can be suddenly accessible in almost all countries worldwide. If we post some message in one jurisdiction, that message can be received and read in jurisdictions in number of countries. At the same time, different countries may have different law, what is permitted, what is not, what is legal and what is not. Therefore, when acting on internet, an obvious question comes into our mind. Which laws do apply to my activity? The laws of which jurisdictions I have to comply with? If I breach the law of some remote jurisdiction by acting in a particular way, is it possible that I will be sued in the court of that jurisdiction for violating the local laws? These and other questions will be addressed in the series of videos. The first question is, what is jurisdiction? And how is it similar or different to private international law? These two concepts may have similar meanings in some contexts and different meanings in other contexts. Jurisdiction in the broadest sense is a synonym to the concept of private international law. So in this case, it covers three areas of private international law. First, choice of forum, or which court has a jurisdiction to adjudicate a particular question. Second, it's choice of law, applicable law, that answers the question which law applies to a particular transborder dispute. And third is recognition and enforcement of foreign judgments, which again poses the question of whether a foreign judgment that was adopted by a foreign court will be recognized and enforced in a local court. Jurisdiction in narrow sense consists only of one question, choice of forum, that is, court of which state has the competence to hear an international dispute. In this series of video, we use jurisdiction in a narrow sense. Let's illustrate these different areas of private international law through one example. Let's imagine that some defamatory information was published about you by somebody from Australia in the US website badpeople.com. The website is hosted in a server in Vanuatu. It has been accessed by 2,000 users from all around the world, including 50 users from Australia. The first question that courts would have to ask is jurisdiction question. That is, which court or the court of which country has jurisdiction to hear the case over the matter? Will it be the court of Australia, where a person about whom defamatory information is published resides? Is it the court of United States, on which website the content was hosted? Is it the court of Vanuatu, where the server hosting the content was situated? And so on. After jurisdiction question is answered, the court that has jurisdiction to hear the case will have to answer the question, the law of which country they would have to apply to solve the dispute. It may be the law of the forum, or it may be the law of some other foreign country which has the close connection to the dispute. Finally, when the court takes a decision in this particular case, there might be a need to enforce that decision in a foreign country. The court of foreign country, before enforcing the decision, would have to ask the question whether this decision of foreign court should be or can be recognized in the country and enforced. This is called recognition and enforcement of foreign judgments. When we talk about jurisdiction in a narrow sense, there are several types of jurisdictions. First is personal jurisdiction, and this is the jurisdiction of a particular person. Courts normally have jurisdiction over persons that reside in the territory of the court. However, it is more difficult for court to establish jurisdiction over persons that do not reside in the country but are residents of other countries. There are some rules allowing establishing jurisdiction over non-residents, and we'll learn about those rules in later videos. Subject matter jurisdiction is court jurisdiction over particular subject matter. Normally, the courts can hear only certain disputes. For instance, family courts hear disputes only over family matters, but not over commercial matters. Also, some courts normally have jurisdiction only over matters occurring inside the territory of their jurisdiction, but not over the matters occurring abroad. So, for instance, the question whether a particular trademark is valid or not would be adjudicated only by court of the country where the trademark was granted. So Australian court would not have subject matter jurisdiction over the question whether, for instance, UK trademark is valid or not. Third type of jurisdictions in rem jurisdiction, it is jurisdiction of courts over immovable property. Finally, there are some doctrines of jurisdiction, such as foreign non-convenience doctrine, which allows declining jurisdiction in certain particular cases. We will hear about these types of jurisdiction in the coming videos. Thank you.